While everyone's busy arguing over the cost of groceries or the price tag on imported electronics, something bigger is unfolding under the radar. Trump's tariffs aren't just back, they're evolving. And beneath the noise, they're laying the groundwork for a full-blown economic realignment, one that most politicians are still too cautious or too controlled to even attempt. What people don't get is that Trump's tariffs aren't some random act of economic nationalism. They're part of a broader philosophy that challenges the core assumptions of globalization itself. For decades, both parties embraced the same model: ship production overseas, rely on low-cost labor, and let the market decide what happens to American jobs. Trump ripped that model up, not just because it was bad for workers, but because it made America weak. The tariffs are a response to a very real, very calculated form of economic warfare. Countries like China don't just compete, they manipulate. They subsidize entire industries, flood markets with underpriced goods, and corner supply chains for things the modern world can't function without. Rare earth metals, semiconductors, solar panels. Trump's not playing checkers with tariffs, he's playing chess. And every tariff he proposes is a move to weaken foreign leverage and strengthen America's hand. But here's the kicker. Tariffs are starting to reveal just how hollow some parts of the global economy really are. When you remove artificially cheap imports, what's left? Domestic industries that were buried now have space to breathe again. Workers who were sidelined now have a shot. Local economies that were gutted by outsourcing begin to stir back to life. It's not flashy, it's not overnight, but it's real, and it's happening. There's also something much more personal going on, a shift in mindset. When a nation starts producing again, building again, competing again, it changes how people see their country and themselves. Trump knows that economic power fuels national pride. When Americans see goods made in their hometowns, by their neighbors, by their families, it reconnects them to something deeper, something globalism tried to erase: identity. And this isn't just about manufacturing, it's about energy, food, technology, security. Trump's tariffs are part of a bigger push for total self-reliance. Imagine an America that doesn't have to ask another country for fuel, for medicine, for microchips. That's not just smart, that's survival. And in a world that's becoming more unstable by the year, that vision is gaining traction fast. The establishment wants to pretend this is about protectionism or populism, but it's not. It's about sovereignty. It's about putting power back in the hands of the nation that created the world's most dynamic economy in the first place. Trump isn't just trying to protect jobs. He's trying to protect the very idea that America should control its own destiny. This is the quiet revolution, not waged through speeches or slogans, but through policy that reshapes the bones of the economy. Through tariffs that, piece by piece, force industries to come home. Force countries to play fair, and force a reckoning with the idea that maybe, just maybe, we gave away too much, too fast. And that's the real story behind Trump's tariffs. Not just a return to old ideas, but the start of something bold, controversial, and undeniably necessary. A system that doesn't ask if America can afford to protect itself, but whether it can afford not to.